Go well, so
Didn't even make a question. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do an interview of a tarot reader, Carolina, my friend.
hi.
And the questions we're going to do is not my questions, but the popular questions that people do online to
Tarot readers.
tarot readers, card readers.
You're going to say card reader.
It's a card reader. You can read cards, just
Well,
not.
yes, you can. Normal playing cards. That's called cartomancy, I think. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I started reading, doing cartomancy before I actually got into tarot. So yeah, but that did not go well. So
Didn't even make a question. I'm sorry for the wind, but it's what it is. It is what it is. How did you learn to read tarot cards?
just like you learn everything else.
Like-
I got my cards, and then I bought a few books, and I just I started reading, and I started making some writing stuff.
Notes.
Yeah, writing
Notes?
notes in a notebook, and yeah, that's how it has been. And then I started reading cards for my friends so that I could put what I had in my notes,
To practice?
to practice.
Why did you decide to learn?
So you probably, before you kind of speak about this, you have to kind of make a sort of introduction about spirituality. You usually, before you start your awakening, your spiritual awakening, you have to go through the dark night of the soul. Do you know what that is?
I don't know
Probably
what
not.
it is.
Okay. So the dark night of the soul, it's very different from to each people, okay, to each person. And so basically it's just a time where you kind of feel like you lost hope, there's absolutely nothing left, that you have nowhere to turn to, and you're feeling lost. And when that sort of thing happens, you usually turn to faith, or you usually find something to put your attention in, right? That's how my all of my journey started. I went through my dark night of the soul, and then I got curious about spirituality, and I started researching, and I started vibing a lot with tarot. And the fact that with a few cards you could see the future, or take a little sneak peek at the future, because the future is not set in stone, okay? So it all depends on you and your actions and what you decide to do. And so it's very interesting to be able to, with a few images and a few general meanings, and using your own intuition to take a sneak peek at other people's life. And it's great to help people. I do it because I like to help people. If I didn't, I would probably not be as invested in it as I am.
Yes, you read our cards when you went camping. It was fun and it was dark.
It was very much, but it was your fault. You're the ones who have a lot of problems, okay?
Do you have to have a specific ability to do it?
Not really. It's a skill that it's learned. So
Okay,
obviously,
everyone can learn it.
yeah, exactly. But if you have already some basic knowledge prior to learning it, or if you are a very intuitive person, then it helps a lot, because tarot isn't just about the meanings that are in your books. You can have a general meaning to that card, but without your intuition you can really pinpoint what it is or what it is about. So it can be easily developed. So like through meditation, or things like that. It's something that not everyone has, or not the same level of it, but you can definitely develop it. So yeah.
And everyone is learning to meditate in this quarantine.
Yeah, that and how to exercise.
How do the cards work in terms of giving advice?
I don't exactly know how to answer that. You have a set of cards that come out when you shuffle them. And so what you do is you put them together, and you kind of as if you're writing a story with those cards that come out. And so you see the card in specific, and then you go out towards the more general things, so that you can build a story, and by building that story, you are, you're portraying a narrative. Okay, so yeah, you're telling a story, and you're giving like moral advice, or through the cards you can see, like what negative stuff the person needs to work out, and what positive things that the person has, or can have if they do this and this and that. So it depends a lot on the cards that come out.
In your opinion, what's
Yeah.
the most difficult thing
About tarot, about
Yes.
learning tarot,
about doing it?
because not always things come to you very easily. Okay, so you have like the written meanings of the cards, but it may not come very easily. Maybe you can't just build a narrative because the cards seem a little bit confusing, but that's easy to solve. You just pull a few more cards and see how things work out together and how they are moving together. So I think one hard thing is that there are 78 cards, okay, and this is tarot, not oracle cards. So it's quite a few things that you have to memorize, or to have in mind when you're reading. So
Okay, it's with time, right? Because
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
read from the book at the beginning.
yeah.
Things that annoy you that people assume about this world.
The fact that everyone thinks that we're witches. I'm not a witch. I'm
That's
Christian.
one of the questions.
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Okay, okay. I'll be honest. I'm supposed to be a Christian because
Okay, you're
supposed to be a Christian. But my faith in God isn't what it used to be. And again, like I don't know. I guess it was just part of my dark night of the soul. I lost faith in God. And so now, personally, I believe in the power of the universe. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in the power of saying positive things to yourself and bringing abundance and positive stuff to you. So,
Okay.
but you can read cards or something without having to be a witch. I'm not a witch, but I read cards.
Yeah, I see a lot because I don't know if I believe in all of that. It's complicated for me
Yeah.
because science is here. But I see a lot of Wicca
Yeah.
on YouTube
Yeah,
and blogs and all of that, and they say I'm not a witch, I'm a Wicca, and it's different. But I never
it's
really.
slightly different, and according to the things that you believe in and how you practice them, it's different. I will admit, however, that I have looked up spells, but it's the reason why I'm not a witch, because just I tried it like once or twice and just I felt really bad about it. I'll be honest. No, I seriously, I had a guilty conscience afterwards, and so I just felt bad, and so I realized that part of the spiritual community wasn't really for me. So
Yeah, I used to do some research and I saw that it was like the rule of three, I think. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I think it's the rule of three that when you do a spell to do harm to another,
Yeah.
it comes back to you three
Yeah.
times worse.
Yeah.
What's your religion? Do you need a specific religion to read cards?
we just kind of like spoke about
Exactly.
it right now, but no, you don't have to have a specific religion. You could be Christian and read cards, or you can believe in whatever you wish to. Okay, you can be Buddhist if you are Buddhist. It doesn't mean that your religion doesn't have teachings that could be applied to tarot, because they can. All religions have good stuff about them, and you can bring the good stuff and learn from the bad, and you don't have to have a religion to read cards. Okay, you can separate that. So
Yeah, I see a lot of people do like Norse mythology.
oh yeah, I like Norse mythology.
Me too. No, I don't know how to do it, but I really am fascinated about Norse mythology, so I
Yeah.
research a lot about that. Okay, besides cards, what do you use? Crystals?
I do use crystals. I'm wearing one right now. I'm not sure if you can see it, but
I'll show it.
yeah, it's an opal crystal. I also have other ones. This one is a pendant one, but I have like actual rocks. Like I have amethyst, I have selenite, I have a few others too. I also read oracle cards. But I only have like one deck, so that's a work in progress.
Do people think that you're a witch?
Yes. Sometimes, I guess. You're like, oh my god, you read cards. Wow, you must be such a witch. Okay.
Yeah, I think people judge a lot, like if you do something like that, like you're a witch and all
Yeah.
that. Or even the witches, the real witches. Like people think they're like pointy heads and
Yeah,
they're
and
bad.
brooms.
A pointy hat, a broomstick.
Hey, man.
3 newts,
This is
a
what he
lizard tongue, eyeballs.
That's what he found.
And-
Yeah, and they are bad people. They are
Yeah.
not.
No, yeah, it's just they just believe in different things that we do, and just they practice their, what they believe in a different way than we do. There's no right or wrong in religion, okay? Just things that are less good and things that are good, And every religion has them, bad sides and good sides, so.
Like everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's life. Nothing is black or white. There's always a shade of gray.
Tumblr quote. 2014. Is there different cards like decks? Because I know it is, so explain.
Yeah, you can
Because-
have different decks.
Yeah, because I have one that's like the angels.
Oh yeah, by Dorothy Virtue.
I really don't know. My grandma gave it to me before
Okay.
she died. She left it, and
Oh.
I have it, but I really don't know. So yeah, but you have a different one than mine.
Yeah.
That it's
I-
the classic one.
Yeah, it's you have the classic Rider-Waite tarot, which is the one that most other tarots are based in. But you can also have different tarots. I have a Wicca tarot, for example, and it's very interesting. Even the illustrations and the meanings, they are much more spiritual. Then I have another deck, which is like a tarot about dreams. Okay, so it's very interesting, and again, it has very, very interesting illustrations. There's lots of different decks. Okay, you just choose what you like.
What advice do you give to people that are getting into?
Tarot
reading.
Oh, okay, tarot reading. Okay.
Or into this world of cards and crystals?
I guess I'd say you should probably start with crystals, because it's always good to have protection, like crystals, and having incense around the house to clear out bad energies, because bad energies and energy vampires exist. There are people that drain your energy and just leave you exhausted, and
I know some of them.
and this is very real, so you should have like a few incenses to protect yourself and your home and your family, if you live with your family. If you don't, then it's just you or your dog or your cat, so
It's very important.
they are very important, of course. What I'd say is just read a lot, because like I said before, there's no right or wrong way to read a specific card. Okay, a card can have several different meanings, and so the more you read and the more you see different meanings for the same card, then the more knowledge you have, and the better you can help other people. So it's just it's studying. Study and practice. Don't be afraid to practice either on yourself, though I do have to say, if you are going to read cards for yourself, then you have to kind of like be careful, because your ego and all of your
I'm so sorry.
there was a spider.
Oh my fucking god. It's always a spider. I'm filming and there's always a spider.
And so, if you're reading for yourself, then you should be careful about, like your own insecurities interfering in your reading, or your own ego and, all of that stuff interfering with your reading, because it can. Okay, we're only human, and, sometimes you can't read objectively for us, okay? So it's hard, but so you just be careful about it. If you keep that in mind, then it should be fine. So.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
that's it. She has a channel. I'll link in the description. Yeah, go check her out. She does readings.
Yeah, pick card readings, yeah. I hope you resonate with it. It's general, so it may not resonate with everyone again, so. If it was a personal reading, then it probably would. But
And you need to believe it a little. You just can't go like, oh, let's try it. Because if you, with the mentality that you're not going to believe, it's not going to work.
that's true. If you have a negative mentality,
Approach.
yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure. So
Tumblr 2014. Thank you for watching. Hope you like it. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to me, to her, and bye.
bye.